Yeah, hi there, Jack. Jack. I haven't heard from you in quite a while. Good to hear from you. Okay, let's take a look at your message here, and I'll try to answer it as best I can. So, I got a notification from Facebook. So, you say you're on the verge of another career change. You started applying to various agencies, organizations involved in international development, and specifically development and access to education for girls and young women in developing areas. I've gotten some great leads. So you're thinking of working maybe in Afghanistan or Saudi Arabia or a similar position in Vietnam, and you say you're taking Vietnamese for the past few months. Wow, that is a tough language to learn. My goodness. I can tell you from my ESL experience. Remember, I've been an ESL instructor since 1994. That's all I have done. I'm also a composition instructor for California State University San Bernardino. So I teach college first year and senior level type writing classes for native speakers. I also teach a lot of classes for international students. So let's get down to your question, though. You say, I would be teaching English. Most organizations assume that since I'm a credentialed teacher and have experience teaching Spanish, that the transition to teaching English will be easy. Do you have preferred teaching resources for ESL educators that you could point me for the transition? Any help will be appreciated. Yes. Yeah, I can help you a little bit here. On the internet, there's a number of resources that you can use. One of them, you might want to write this down, is called Dave's ESL Cafe. So that's one right now that's pretty popular. If you go to Dave's ESL Cafe, if you just type in the keywords under Google, his site will come up. And he does have a lot of ESL, EFL resources for teachers. So that's probably one of my first recommendations that I would recommend you to. Let me check Google really fast too. There's another one. It's called iTESOL Journal. Let me see what shows up here. Yeah, here's another one that's probably pretty useful for you. Here's some keywords that you might want to type in. I'm looking at the home page here, and right away it has teaching techniques, articles, announcements, conversation questions for ESL, EFL classrooms, and all that. Okay, here's the keywords, Jack. The Internet TESOL Journal for teachers of English as a second language. If you type in those keywords, you'll find the site, or you can type in http:// and then itesolj.org. And that'll definitely get you going in the right direction. So it sounds like you have a higher calling here. You got some kind of interesting things going on. I know you've done a lot of things in your life. And that's the difference, I think, between you and me here, is you are extremely intelligent, as you already know. You remember back in high school, you kind of, you weren't that serious about school and stuff, hardly brought a book home, right? But you take the ACT test and you're like over 30. So the only drawback to being really smart is you can do pretty much everything, anything you want. You can be a lawyer, you can be a teacher, doctor, biologist, whatever it is you want. So you have to kind of figure out, where you want to focus your life, but it's got to be stimulating from your point of view to be able to do all these things. I mean, now you're telling me you're learning Vietnamese? Wow. And I mean, from a teaching perspective and from having contact with a great number of Vietnamese people who come over to study English here in the States, I can tell you that is a really, really tough language, but I'm sure it stimulates your brain and really gets you thinking about things. So good luck to that, and good luck to everything. Now, on the other hand, for me, Because I'm not so smart, I'm very limited into what I can do, so I focus pretty much on just teaching ESL and writing. So I don't have a lot of options. But the one thing you probably already know or may not know, my running is just incredible right now. It's unbelievable. I got my weight down. See this? I've almost got rid of my double or triple chin, but I've actually lost a lot of weight. What do you think? See that? So I'm down to 142 pounds, if you can believe it. And my 5K time right now is 16:04, which is faster than what I ran in high school, and I'm 45 years old. So next weekend in Sacramento, I'm competing for the United States in the World Masters Track and Field Championships, and I'm running the 5,000. And out of 56 people in the world, I'm seeded number 16. So I'm in the fastest heat number 1. I'm looking forward to doing that. And that stimulates me. You know, we all get our different, by doing different hobbies and pursuing different interests, we get our fulfillment, and you get your fulfillment doing what you like to do, and I get my fulfillment doing the things I like to do. Hey, are you still running, by the way? I mean, you still look like you're in pretty good shape, right? You're not like really fat. So you're definitely doing something. I mean, how do you keep your weight off? And this stuff is killing me. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Is to keep my weight down below 150, it's very tough. I mean, I can eat 3 square meals, but I can't really go much beyond that. I can't have a lot of snacks and things. So constantly I'm hungry. I'm like wandering around trying to find something to eat, but I'm trying not to eat because it makes me gain weight, and I can't run fast if my weight goes over 150. It's too much on my heart. You know, we're old now. Do you believe it? I mean, you got more hair than me, but look at this. See, I have kind of a bald spot there, if you can believe it, but I don't know. I mean, how did we get here? How did this happen? I mean, doesn't time fly? I mean, 1 minute we're back in high school, we're over at your house listening to Crazy Train with Ozzy Osbourne, and the next minute, I mean, you know, 20, 25 years later, whatever, you're telling me you're going to be going to Vietnam or Afghanistan, or, you know, you're going to be in Saudi Arabia, you know, working with young women and girls and making your huge contribution to the society or to the world. I mean, here we are. But anyway, thank you for contacting me. I hope that in some sense I've answered some of your questions. And I think that you should be able to make the transition, I think, to teaching English. I think it's easier. It will be easier for you to teach English to non-native speakers than it was maybe to teach Spanish to native speakers of American English, right? So I think you'll probably do a good job. You got a good personality. I think the main thing with being an ESL teacher is respect, having respect to the people that you teach, and not talking down to them, trying to get on the same level, and showing them that you genuinely care, you know, about their welfare and their English proficiency, and you're hoping by teaching them you can open up new doors of opportunity for them. You know, if you're genuine, I mean, you've always seemed to be that way. You have a good personality. You like to talk to people, and people like you, and that kind of thing. So I don't think you'll have any trouble at all. I'm just giving you my opinion, but I really don't think you'll have any trouble at all adapting into this new area, and going to these different countries will probably be really exciting. But Afghanistan, Jack, I mean, why the heck? I mean, you want to get yourself blown up over there? I mean, boy, that's a risky place to go to right now. It's a relatively unstable country. I mean, I heard this statistic the other day on, I think it was CNN, is the 11 years we've spent in Afghanistan to stabilize the country, we only control 10% of the provinces. I mean, think about that fact for a minute. We've been there all this time, and still we virtually have no control over what happens in any of these small provinces. You know, all the different tribes they have and things. So we haven't really succeeded in uniting, you know, that country. But as more people like you go over there, and you help educate the younger generation and things, it could make a positive impact on their society as a whole. So maybe the message here is not military, but maybe education. Maybe that's the best way to solve the problems, because if people are educated and have more opportunities, maybe they're less likely to engage in terrorist activities. So you definitely have a chance of making a really, really powerful and positive impact on whatever society you choose to go. But why am I still talking here? Okay, bye-bye. Anyway, good to hear from you.